me to welcome you to the new podcast, episode number 137. My name is Steve, and I am joined as always by co-host and producer extraordinaire, my man.
Hello,
Kelly. Let's get to it. Back in the saddle again. Back for you all. We heard your pleading. We got your letters. We got your emails, your tweets, your DMs. We're back, folks. Back and better than ever.
seriously, way too many emails.
Wait. We had to hire somebody
We get it.
just to go through the emails.
I was hit by so many cars.
Exactly. Yeah. Kelly became a car magnet somehow.
I don't know how the universe is like. What's that movie where like they keep trying to kill you a certain way?
Oh yeah. I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember the hell the name is. Yeah, Final Destination. Yeah.
Just keep getting hit by cars, man. It's crazy.
God really wants you dead.
Jesus, doesn't it?
I know.
Knock on wood.
Well, it's like that episode of South Park where they have like a war versus heaven and hell, and Kenny's like the best at the game heaven and hell. So he dies and goes to heaven to help heaven fight the battle because he's so good at the video game.
Yeah.
It's like that. Man. It's like that. God wants you fighting on his side, Kelly.
I just figure like eventually I'll just be immune to it.
Oh, okay. Like being struck by lightning.
Yeah. Like I'll just bounce off cars. Like I'll just be so used to taking impact from cars.
That'll be your super strength.
That'll be my superpower.
Car man.
Car man. He's severely concussed, but he's invincible.
You and Matt Brown have something in common.
Not the superhero we wanted, but the superhero we need.
Exactly. Did we ever need? Yeah, absolutely. That'd be your superpower, just getting like saving people from being hit by cars.
Yeah, maybe.
You're like a mild mannered crosswalk guard. And one day you got run over by a nuclear truck. a truck carrying nuclear waste. The story writes itself.
I know.
It writes itself.
Then I just protect people from cars. I just throw my body in front of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Bounce off.
Yep, exactly.
Just get back up. Everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm used to this."
Of course. I've got cars to get hit by.
I'm Car Man.
Away he goes.
What a shitty superpower.
That's an awesome superpower. Marvel's going to be calling us any minute now.
Oh, man. I feel like I'm Wolverine if Wolverine healed at a normal human rate.
Okay. That helps.
Makes no sense.
Oh, shit, Kelly. You're hilarious.
Good times.
Putin started a war.
That's true.
Cain Velasquez started shooting people.
That's true, too. What's up? That's crazy.
I know. A lot of shit's going on. We had a lot of fucking world events happening. COVID's over. Wink. Let's hope it's over.
That's a huge wink, right?
Yeah, it is. That's COVID winking at us.
Wink until the next one. Somebody already started talking about the some strain that's going around in the UK.
Yeah, the new one, the subvariant.
Yeah. No.
COVID's like that guy in the yellow suit. You know what I mean? Licking his lips, looking behind the tree. That's COVID. That's COVID. Every goddamn 6 months.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it doesn't matter. We got to get through it. I'm living. We don't have masks up here anymore. Gas is ridiculously priced, so people can't go outside anyways. You know, I mean, I even if a new variant does come out and people get sick, whatever, we can't go back. Can't go forward and back. No economy can sustain that for long enough. No. And but it's great that COVID's over-ish. You know what I mean? We're you know what I mean. I think we're just gonna have to live with it.
Yeah,
is what it is, and I think we're doing fine.
Like, we will have to live with it. It's not going away. It's going to be a new variant every year, just like the flu. Exactly.
America's doing fine without giving a shit about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah.
No matter what, as I was saying a long time ago, too. You know, it seems like forever. 2 years ago, things started. You know what I was saying? You know what I mean? Are we just slowing it down? Are we just not? We're not just delaying the inevitable. You know what I mean? With all our restrictions and shit. Yeah. I think we kind of are. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, Omicron got to a lot of people.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Did a few people get lives get saved? Yeah, sure. But did we have to shut down the whole economy? We sure did.
I wonder what the statistic is for how many people go to the hospital that actually survive. Because they say they didn't want to overwhelm the hospital, but if people just go there to die, I mean, you can die at home too. I don't try to be insensitive.
Of course.
But, I mean, like, I wonder what that statistic is. Yeah. Like, if it did just slow it down, or if it actually did help save some lives. I'm not sure what.
Who knows?
They won't release it, right? They won't release those statistics.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing about this whole thing. Like a lot of stuff's private, and a lot of stuff's open.
Yeah,
and a lot of stuff's going around, basically letting everyone know your vaccine status, basically. Yeah. But specifics are private. It's a weird thing, but it's great to see people's faces again. It's great to not have that divide. I think the crazies have quieted down, too. That's the thing that's the best part about it. I haven't heard any conspiracy theorist shit in a long time.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I definitely heard a lot of people saying bring back the masks and shit like that, but...
You know what I'm seeing, even when I was taking public transit for, I was back on the bus for a while. I was just driving too much. I was putting too much kilometers on my ride, driving to and from. And so... I would take in the bus and ride my bike and feeling good doing that. But, it was almost like a 50-50. But especially on transit, it was still 90% of people were wearing masks. Yeah. Even with everything, you don't have to wear the mask, but still there's 90% of people wearing masks. Yeah. I still wear my mask on transit. It's a bit too, you know what I mean?
I would too.
It's a bit too, you're right crammed with all these people. Yeah. And these are the transit people, you know what I mean? There's a dude that got on there the other day, Kelly.
Yeah.
I thought he was covered head to toe in tattoos. And this is the first... I get on the first bus at 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. I'm on the first bus. Yeah. And then I'm at the SkyTrain with that same bus. This dude gets on... I thought he was covered head to toe tattoos. No, it was just dirt. Oh, he was completely covered in soot. And he smelled like nothing I've ever smelled before. Super... Like somebody who hadn't showered in months. Like, this guy had been living in the forest. That's what it looked like to me. He'd been living in a cave in the forest without showering for a month. And that's what he looked like, and that's for sure as fuck what he smelled like. But he managed to roll up one pant. He had one pant leg rolled up, Kelly.
And he survived COVID.
Yeah, and he survived COVID. This guy is super immune without any vaccines. Super immune.
He just goes out to the forest for 2 years, comes back, gets on the bus, and then gets judged by you. Jesus.
No, he was wearing a mask.
That's hilarious. Was it clean? Like he cared.
The mask was dingy. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it was dingy.
I can't believe he cared enough.
I know. No, I'm not going to shower for 2 months, but I got to make sure I wear my mask. It's like, it really cuts down on the smell.
His own smell. Smell himself.
Good times. Got lots of news to get to this week. Good UFC last night. We've had last two good UFCs. The free cards have been good. They haven't been bad at all, Kelly. We, playing new video games. I got a ton of new video games. WoW updates. Knights of the Old Republic. How is that going? And playing a new game. Downloaded a new game. Can't wait. We gotta see some more deals here, Steam. What's going on here? Let's get some goddamn deals going. Good deals. Not these shitty-ass deals you've been having recently. Reviewing the reviews, Kelly. We're gonna get to that. I got one hell of a gripe. Craziness that happened to me the other day. Doing a little working out, too. We'll talk some working out. We'll break all that down here. Let's get started. Without further ado, let's talk some MMA news. One of the biggest fight signings to date. Tony, El Kakui, and then some Ferguson will be taking on Iron Mike Chandler. UFC 274. Good call out by Chandler and a better matchup for Ferguson. I like this one. Is Tony Ferguson done? This will be the true test. I think that's why Michael Chandler wants this one. Anyone who has Tony Ferguson as a win on their resume has good things after that, Kelly. That's for damn sure. Yeah. But is this, this is definitely not the Tony Ferguson that we saw that, it was constantly teased to fight Khabib. This is a Tony Ferguson that was trying to chop a computer chip out of his leg at one point.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this is the Tony Ferguson that is the BJ Penn clone.
Ooh, what a diss!
So it's not going good for him. He's good at jiu-jitsu, decent striking, but he's doing the same thing BJ did, just fighting way past his prime.
Yeah, CTE's got the best of him. Your body can. It's just such a crazy thing that we are seeing, and now we know what to call it. Even,
yeah.
But CTE has claimed another soul.
Yeah,
and that happened a while back. Something happens. Is it a number, or is it obviously the number's going to be different with different people? How many concussions you get?
Yeah,
how many concussions? How many punches? That hit count? I'm sure it's different with different people. But Tony Ferguson, unfortunately, is past that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so another problem of his as well that he's had is his success has caused all this. His success has kept him in the top 5, fighting the best of the best at 155, which has been a real good division for a very long time. Yeah. And he is unfortunately having to go up against the best of the best every goddamn night.
Yeah, it's like Diego Sanchez, You put on exciting fights. They put you up against great strikers and stuff.
Yeah.
You put on these exciting fights. You pay the price at the end of the day, and it's the brain that really pays the price. And how much is that worth to them in money? I don't know, man.
Such a tough call because everyone gets to that teeter-tottering point of, still needing to fight to live, but doesn't have it upstairs anymore.
Yeah, even GSP said the reason he retired is because of mental issues, some brain damage was caused in the octagon.
For sure.
So, it's like he was smart enough to leave, though. But he also got paid like crazy because he was like a golden boy for UFC.
Big time.
I would think that Tony Ferguson should have got paid too. I haven't really looked at the lighter weights. Just
a sheer amount of fights.
Yeah, the lighter weights usually don't make as much money.
That's true, very true, absolutely.
So I'd be interested to see how much money he actually has stashed away.
Yeah, that's the second thing. How much money has he made, and how much money is he still worth?
Yeah.
Right? How much does he have still?
So obviously, I'm taking Michael Chandler on this.
Yeah. Wow. I think you have to. Michael Chandler's still hot right now. He's gonna come and bang with you for a little while, and can Tony keep up with it? And Michael Chandler's a great wrestler too. That's the thing as well, and that's the thing that has beaten Tony Ferguson the last 2 times out is just getting wrestled to death, right?
Yeah.
Just can't get it put 2 and 2 together on the ground, and I think it has to do with reflexes, which has to do with CTE.
Yeah.
He's just not getting it done when it comes to the grappling, which he was really good at. He was really good at wrestling, and it just seems to be his worst part of the game right now. And pulling the trigger, his reflexes and pulling the trigger, man, he just doesn't have it. Where he's jumping into people with his hands up.
Yeah,
shit like that. That's concerning to me.
Yeah, no, he looks at people like he's trying to punch him, but he's just not moving.
He's just not moving. Exactly. Yeah, it's really, really weird. It's really, really weird. Well, hopefully he can beat him because I hate Michael Chandler. That's the thing. If you listen to the show, I absolutely detest the dude so much.
Yeah,
and I think it's another easy pick for Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
Which the dude's been the most babied UFC fighter since Conor McGregor.
Yeah, 100%.
And he keeps losing.
I can't believe I don't know if you want to talk about it later, but the Conor McGregor Usman. And Dana White.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't have that listed, but yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
I saw an interview, and then it's like he's like, yeah, if Conor wants to come back 170 fight Usman, that's a money fight. He can fight whoever he wants. And it's like, that's crazy to me. Like, does the sport not matter anymore? It's just entertainment now.
It's super crazy. It is absolutely super crazy.
To think that Conor could even win. Yeah. At all. Like, any possible way of Conor winning that fight, there's none.
And you bring up a great point, Kelly, and that's what's about this scrap, is that all these Conor leapfrogging everybody in, 145, 155, it doesn't make sense. But for him to leapfrog somehow at 170 and fight Usman, I actually like it. Yeah. It's the one matchup I actually think makes sense.
You know what would be funny if they put Covington versus Izzy on the same card, because Covington's been calling out Izzy and he's number 1 contender in the 170 right
That's
now.
True. That's true.
So I wonder if Dana will do that on the same card, just be like a shit show card.
That's hilarious. The mismatch card.
Could you imagine the betting line if you bet for Conor and then Kobe and they both won?
He'd be a millionaire. Put $1. You make $1 million off $1. Yeah,
he's so rich.
That's kind of the reason why I do like the matchup, because I want to see Conor he would get actually murdered.
Yeah, yeah.
Usman's huge at 170.
I don't even think Usman takes him down. I think he just beats the shit out of him on feet. Yeah.
I would love to see the match. Like I always say, how do they size up? I know this is now Conor is. Let's be serious here, people.
He's pretty juicy.
He's juiced right up. His face is so big.
Yeah.
Your face doesn't get big. You know what I mean? Alan Belcher thinks he's too big.
Yeah, no, he's got that HGH bloat in his face for sure.
His face is gigantic.
Yeah.
Absolutely gigantic. How did your head and cheeks and your nose get more muscles, Conor? How did all this... It's just crazy to me. It's absolutely, and he's not even doing that much like photos now too because of it as well. And like most of his photos, his face is kind of covered or shadowed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Lots of weightlifting too.
Yeah, tons of weightlifting. Yeah, exactly.
Weightlifting doesn't really necessarily help you in fighting. You need that quick, like fast twitch movement.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like he's just bulking up. For what? Fighting Usman, and then what? You're gonna lose, and then move up to Izzy, and then lose, and then move up to 205. What are you gonna do? I don't know what he's gonna do.
Fight John Jones.
Yeah, what's the game plan?
Yeah, it is. He's living I think he's just so rich. That's the problem. He's just so crazily rich.
Yeah.
And he has a little CTE.
rich and delusional.
Yeah, pretty much. He totally is. I think that's the problem, is that, who knows what kind of circle he hangs with, too.
Yeah.
Being that rich, it's different, Is it just these, this rumored, that he is involved with, Irish mafia,
Mm-hmm.
And is that what these dudes are all about? Roiding up and just lifting weights?
Maybe.
Have you ever met one of those dudes? Yes.
Yeah. It's like they're all lifting together. It's like, you're the shit, Conor. You're gonna fuck him up. He's just like lifting. Like that's not gonna help.
Just doing a deadlift like once every hour.
Just like max repping once every hour. Comes back to it.
Then shooting each other up and then coming back to it. 4 lifts a day.
4 lifts a day.
Well, exactly. I'm not saying it's not even that crazy. The dude's so rich.
Yeah.
It's not even that crazy to think he is living some extravagant, elaborate lifestyle like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he got like a doctor to dope him up pretty good.
For sure.
Yeah. Any doctor with enough money will do that.
Absolutely,
kind of
absolutely. If you can get it prescribed to you, then,
exactly.
Then whatever, right? But obviously he's got to piss clean.
Yeah.
And the cups, they're going to need the same type of material they use in the nuclear reactors to keep his piss in, man. It's just going to burn through. His piss is going to burn through any cup. They need a lead cup for his piss.
He's going to blame the whiskey.
Oh man,
what is that? Proper 9? Proper 7?
Proper 12? I think 12? Yeah, proper 12. Yeah.
Proper number.
Proper number whiskey. It was actually one of the sponsors last night at the UFC as well.
Oh, nice.
Still pumping that shit. But still making money. Even because they sold to Jose Cuervo.
Yeah. But I think Conor. He has. I think he still has stocks or something.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Still being the spokesperson or whatever. Either way, you got paid huge.
Yeah.
End of the day, though, Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler. I think, Kelly's going to go Michael Chandler. I hate to bet against Tony Ferguson, and I hate Michael Chandler. I'm going to have to bet with Tony Ferguson just because I hate Michael Chandler so much.
Sweet. You want to bet money?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll bet...
shiny loony.
That's a fair deal. A tin bit.
A tin bit. Sounds good, man. Single tin bit. Your choice.
Oh, shit.
Can't be the Beebs. So.
Ah, damn it. That's too rich for my blood. UFC 274, that's going down. Interesting news as we see the crossovers, love me some crossovers of MMA and bare knuckle fighting championship, and more importantly, Instagram star page. 12 gauge Van Zant's diversifying her portfolio and signing with All Elite Wrestling. AEW coming over. It makes total sense, Kelly, because they have those whole ATT Florida angle, where the owner and manager of that is been weaving himself into storylines.
Yeah,
and obviously having Arlovsky and other MMA stars have matches. Junior Dos Santos as well having a match.
Paige is like super used to being fake too, so
big time. Wow, Kelly, telling it like it is. Well played.
She gets most of her money from her OnlyFans, I think. Right?
Really? No, I don't.
think that's what she said.
Is it? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I think that's what she said.
Well, because she did recently say if she would go back to fight for UFC, she said flat out no, they don't pay me enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure she got tons of money from AEW. Tony Khan is mega loaded. He's super, super loaded. Signing just makes sense for their women's division. And she's super smoking hot. You know what I mean? What these things go perfectly together. Making her debut, attacking Tay Conti, who's a black belt in judo and former WWE star.
I don't know why they don't just do a YouTube thing, like the big names that can draw money but don't get paid from the UFC. You know what I mean? Like if you have like 1 million followers on Instagram, whatever.
Yep.
You're probably get some views. You just do a YouTube thing. You agree with all the other people, get it sanctioned, put your own money in, and then you just split the YouTube revenues, right? Like people are gonna. I bet you get millions of views, and people watch it like forever. Like to fight or wrestle? Yeah, just fight. Like for real fight, right. Mixed martial arts or whatever. Okay. Like, MMA sanctioned fight. You have like your own. I see you're saying. Like for her to fight Tay Conti. Yeah. I see you're saying. Yeah, I love that idea. That's a great plan. And that's kind of the plan that was thrown around for WWE too. With Brock Lesnar. Being in there against Bobby Lashley, they had a recent rivalry as well. To have an MMA match of them that'd be super cool. Have it on YouTube as a special. As a special. Not even have it paid. Just have it for free, and just maybe have ads on it. Yeah, just ads on it. Just have that one fight. Yeah. You can't really you can't have the other ones because it could sully it. If you have nobody versus nobody, the fight could be shit. Yeah. I'm on the undercard. You know what I mean? Or if you have like another wrestler versus another wrestler, it could sully it. You got to just have them because Kelly, we've watched millions and millions of hours of MMA. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can be pretty boring. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the last thing you want is boring fight leading into potentially another boring fight of two dudes who are much older, mm-hmm. Or who are well past their prime when it comes to MMA. Still big names in wrestling, in pro wrestling, and look completely jacked, mm-hmm. but that could be obviously their downfall, is for being as jacked as they are. What do you think the most boring fight of all time was? There's been a decent amount to choose from. I think you got to go that, what the heck was this? Caleb Starnes versus Nate Corey. Right? Yeah, I was thinking the same one. I was thinking the exact same one. That was the most boring fight of all time. There's been a lot to choose from. There's definitely been a lot to choose from. Yeah. I think, another one sticks out. Basically a lot of stuff that's involved with Mighty Mouse. Yeah. The first Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic fight. That was really bad. Stipe versus Ray Lewis. Yeah. That one was really bad. But I think the worst fight of all time has to go down. I think it was UFC 30. Frank Shamrock versus Dan Severn will go down. It was kind of like the transition period of MMA too, where I think you weren't allowed to close fist punch on the ground. Yeah. And it really changed. They changed the dynamic. It was kind of when rules were first coming in. Yeah. For the UFC, and they basically Dan Severn hugging Ken Shamrock, going around the octagon for I think it was like 90 minutes. It was it was like super super long. It was funny. It was ridiculous. Exactly. It was I remember like fast forwarding that on my VHS. Yeah. Izzy and Pablo Costa had a big line fight too. How many strikes were thrown? 2? In like 25 minutes. That was pretty boring. There's lots to choose from. There's lots and lots to choose from. Yeah. But no shortage of shit fights. That's why they got to stick with it. But having Paige Van Zant come over is a huge move for AEW, and I think it's going to work out. What's surprisingly enough, AEW when they first came out, Kelly, mm-hmm. the women's division was trash, absolute trash. And right now, in my personal opinion, I think the program they're putting on is not good, but the women's division is the only shining thing.
with with the likes of Britt Baker, who's an actual dentist. She's a legal actual dentist and one of their biggest stars too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, who the heck is the other one? Thunder Rosa as well, who actually trains with Cyborg as well. She trains with Cyborg. Could we see Cyborg come over to wrestling as well? I think it could work out. They train. They have fun with pro wrestling, and then they train actual MMA. So that could be really interesting too. And they have one of the biggest stars, which is a homegrown star of AEW, Jade Cargill, which is just this chick who is she's super tall, super shredded. Like she is like the next big star. She's got like 0% body fat and just everywhere packed. She's got an 8-pack here. She's got a 10-pack there. Just super shredded. Packs, eh? Just packs everywhere. She's just an absolute specimen of an athlete. And obviously very attractive as well. So they're actually getting it done with the women's division now with a lot of their homegrown stars.
What happened to Michelle Waterson? She was supposed to fight.
She got a real bad injury. They didn't really say what it was.
Yeah.
But it was. They were saying it was career threatening. It was a career threatening injury. Yeah, I don't know, but they weren't saying what it was.
Oh, that sucks, man. Because they need names in that division.
Yeah.
And she's a big one.
With that, it goes with a few different things. Was it like a bad knee or was it a bad concussion?
Yeah.
Or did she really get her bell rung in training?
Oh, she could have just, it could have been a submission where she just, like, pulled it, like, torn or broke something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If it was knee, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
That's a place where you don't come back from.
No. ACL.
Exactly. Moving right along here. Huge signing just signed just the other day. We will see Sean Tarzan Gas Station Crackhead Strickland taking on Alex Pereira. UFC 277, July 30th. It brings an interesting conundrum that I wanted to talk about, Kelly. I hate Sean Strickland. Guy's a total fucking
he needs to be knocked out,
goof. He's not a very good fighter. He's like a boring Colby Covington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like Colby Covington without the takedowns.
He literally stares at where he's going to punch and then punches slowly and hits the guy. I don't understand how people are fucking dodging this shit.
I guess it's just that damn jab. He keeps throwing it constantly.
It's quick enough, I guess. I don't know.
And they're giving Alex Pereira a bit of a tough fight here on his way to the top. They are pushing Alex Pereira super hard. They need somebody so desperately to fight Israel Adesanya for the belt. This one is the grudge match. The dude who knocked him out in kickboxing, you know what I mean? They just need him to get to the top, to get to that point. And Israel's just being invincible at 185 with his only blemish coming at 205. And he still didn't get finished. You know what I mean? That wasn't a very good fight. There's another one for the list. That was a pretty boring fight.
Izzy's suffering the same thing that Anderson Silva did, where it's like if you can't like perform like your fight, if you can't fight your fight, you're basically just like boring. I don't know. You're waiting for the other guy to react. You're not really doing much. You're just like kind of standing. Same thing Anderson Silva did.
Damian Maia versus Anderson Silva.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. That's top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
We could just keep talking about. We could have a whole episode of just boring fights. But it makes sense for me. I agreed. Alex, Pereira, I think he needs to be pushed to the top. I think with this win over Sean Strickland, or if Sean Strickland wins, one of these dudes is going to get the title shot. It makes sense for me 100%. If people are out there who are complaining that this is too early for Alex Pereira, don't care. They need him up there. I think he's only like 8-1 right now, too. Kelly he doesn't have a crazy record, but they need desperately bodies at 185 to challenge for Israel, or else that weight division will become irrelevant again.
If he fights Izzy, this is the first time I'll be cheering for Izzy.
Wow, against Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
Me too. I know, me too. Yeah, exactly. It leaves it a great title eliminator. I think Sean Strickland's on a bunch of wins too. As bad as he has been. This is a great fight for both these guys. It makes total sense. The last thing we're going to need right now is an injury by either or one of them. It would absolutely derail their trip. Their elevator to the top right now they'd have to hit the emergency button and get off a few floors below it, because it ain't going to happen if it gets derailed. Kelly, we've seen it time and time again where dudes rise to stardom gets derailed by a injury. Tony Ferguson, perfect example. You know what I mean? He was on top for so long and just could not get it done because either he or Khabib were injured for such a long time. And then now look at him. Shell of a person. You know what I mean? And I think this is what the UFC especially, of all the parties involved, Sean Strickland and Alex Pereira, UFC needs this fight to go through because who else is challenging for 185?
Yeah, nobody.
You know, nobody.
Kobe, apparently.
Exactly.
If that's your best bet, you need more people, more talent.
Oh, yeah. Big time. I know they have a challenger for the belt right now, but still, that's only a temporary thing.
They need to, start poaching people, Douglas Lima and MVP from Bellator.
Yeah, why not? Why not
because they don't want to pay him?
Gegard Musashi come back.
That'd be awesome.
He's kicking ass at 185 over in Bellator. He's basically, has the same problem. No one can beat him. He's just too damn tough. Beating up Paige Van Zant's husband, Mr. Paige Van Zant, Austin Vanderford, got the shit kicked out of him by Gegard. Gegard beat the fuck out of him. Made it look like, because I knew Austin Vanderford was not ready. He's just a wrestler. That's all he's got. Great wrestler. He can wrestle like the best of them, but Gegard is a real good wrestler, and his striking is on another level too compared to him. Austin Vanderford has zero striking.
Gegard Mousasi could be champion in the UFC.
Could be, yeah. I think he'd give Izzy problems. Yeah,
yeah. I'm not sure, but he could be.
I think he'd be a good challenge for him. Absolutely. Yeah. Why the hell not? Absolutely. But exactly that, Cal. You're 100% right. UFC can't afford him. There's no way. He's making way too much money fighting bums like Joe Salter and Austin Vanderford than to come over and fight Israel Adesanya. He's probably making more money fighting those guys than to have the title shot in UFC.
And the reason they won't make that fight, Dana White won't make that fight, is because he knows that Izzy has a shot of losing that fight. It was kind of like when they were signing Wanderlei Silva to come over and fight Chuck Liddell because they're positive Chuck was going to knock him out. Yeah. But they're not going to do that with Izzy.
Absolutely. No way in hell. Dude, that'd be the worst. Your guy losing to the Bellator guy?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was a really cool time when, Crow Cop was coming over and Rampage came over and Shogun. That was a great time for MMA. When UFC bought out Pride. That was awesome. That was a really cool time of the sports, you know what I mean? And Ben Henderson fought, he fought Anderson Silva as his first fight, you know what I mean? And then he has to go, after that, he has to go fight Rampage after that. What a tough go he had.
Yeah.
Rampage comes over, beats Chuck Liddell. That was really, really awesome. That was an awesome time for MMA.
The heavyweight Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
It was an exciting fight.
It really was, yeah, it really was. Good times. Who do you think takes it though, Kelly? Sean Strickland or Alex Pereira?
Oh, fuck, Alex Pereira.
Yeah, I hope so too, because I think if all the dudes, he's a striker. Alex Pereira's a striker. Will we see Sean Strickland use more of his terribly boring, dirty boxing, stand-up grappling game? You know what I mean, with his clinch game and shit like that up against the fence? Probably, but at least Alex Pereira will be able to deal with that jab. Damn. Moving right along, we have a huge announcement in the women's flyweight division. Valentina Shevchenko will be taking on Talia Santos for the flyweight belt. UFC 275, June 11th. Kelly, love this matchup. If you follow Valentina Shevchenko on social media, she is really cool. She's traveling all the time. She's going to different gyms. She just lives the coolest lifestyle. I think that's what she did before UFC. Really was she is from Moldova or something like that, wherever the hell she's from, and she's from some small Russian country, and moving to South America and making South America her home. And to obviously have a part in the UFC where she speaks perfectly fluent Spanish, perfectly fluent Russian, and English super well. Traveling around the world, I guess that helps. Traveling around the world, just fighting at different gyms, learning different things is just such a cool way to go about it. But that being said, with us knowing so much about Valentina Shevchenko, who in the hell is Talia Santos here, Kelly?
No idea.
I know. I don't even think I remember seeing her ever fight. Let's break her down here a little bit. 6 degrees of separation. Talia Santos. Let's see here. From fighting out of Brazil, obviously. A weird place, too. Only 28. She's fighting style is Muay Thai. Let's take a look here.
So I'd say she's like right in her prime right now.
Basically, yeah, exactly. She's ranked. She's 5th right now in UFC rankings. So going for the belt, ranked 5th.
It's a good time to do it.
She does have a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
She's 19-1.
It's pretty good.
Pretty damn good, yeah. Pretty damn good. See why she's getting the title shot.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at her record here. Unless and her only loss was... Go ahead. Sorry, Kelly.
Say, usually, unless there's names on it, it's usually padded. You know what I mean? Kind of like stats up until you start fighting in the UFC.
Yeah, everyone, was obviously a lot of like this Aspira FC, where no one is even a name. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't even click on their name. They're not a name at all.
Yeah, you can't really count that. It's almost like an amateur fight.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Her first, she was on the Contender Series. One of the Contender Series, comes over to UFC, loses actually her first fight by split decision, which a lot of people do. And it was a Brazilian card in 2019 against Mara Romero Borella.
So only a first and a split.
Yeah. This Borella girl is 11-9. And then she beats Molly McCann by decision. Jillian Robertson.
Oh, shit.
By decision. Then Roxanne Modafferi.
Oh, shit.
By decision. Yeah, so she's fought some tough people.
She fought names.
Yeah, she's fought names in the UFC and beat them all by decision. And then, Joanne Wood.
All right. Formerly
Calderwood. I have a little take on her later on as well, since she just fought last night. And that was just in November, where she got a performance in the night bonus too. Choking her out. That's probably where we last seen her. That was on the Ketlin Vieira versus Misha Tate fight.
Oh, the one where Misha lost?
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah. That's probably why we blocked it. That's probably why we blocked it.
Yeah, blocked it out of her mind. It's like a traumatizing event. It's like, fuck, Misha lost.
All right, now we know a little bit about her. Let's see. That's a pretty crazy record to have, especially a good UFC record. She's 4-1 in the UFC. With 1 in the Contender Series, and fighting tough names. Roxanne Modafferi, maybe past her prime and just recently retired, still was winning fights and very tough. Jillian Robertson, very tough Canadian. She'll be on the UFC for a very long time just because she has some wins and she has some losses, but she has some wins.
Too.
Exactly, she does have a lot of fans. Because she's tough as nails.
Yeah, she's gonna be a name for a while.
She's gonna be a name for a while. She's gonna be in there for a long time, toughing it out. Very interesting stuff. Can she challenge, though? We'll find out. We will find out. We've seen a lot of come and a lot of fall to Valentina Shevchenko. And I think, unfortunately, it will just be another one for Talia Santos.
Yeah. Valentina Shevchenko is, on a different level. She's like a machine or, from the Matrix at this point, you know what I mean?
Pretty much.
The shit she can do, the speed and the strength that she kicks at, too, is insane.
It really is.
Everything. It's yeah, man.
I think the only thing that makes sense for her after this is to fight Nunez again. I think it's the only thing that makes sense for me. Manny Nunez coming off a loss too. I think it's the trilogy for them.
Last fight was close, right?
Yeah, last fight was close, exactly. So I think it's the trilogy for them has to go down. I think it would be one of the biggest fights in women MMA history. Mm-hmm. 2 women who are on top of their game for so long, just dominating their division, and no one thought Amanda was going to lose. And, here she does. Maybe she's got to lose the other belt first and then come down. Both of them meet at 135, something like that.
That'd be a good super fight.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. Lastly, though, I got to get to something here. Something off my chest. We have a list that's a very exclusive list. We haven't had somebody added to this list in a very long time. It's the And New Podcast Natural Born Killers list. Very prestigious list. Like I said, it doesn't get updated very often. But today it will be losing a member. And one of my former favorite fighters of all time, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. Love the dude. Backyard boxing phenom coming over to the UFC, being posterized in Bellator, having his ups and downs to get the BMF belt, to be on top of the world, to going to sucker punching a guy at a keg. Not at a keg, but at a steakhouse. At a steakhouse in Miami, Florida, because he beat you. Jorge, not only sucker punching Colby Covington, you lost to him first. You lost fair and square. Your game plan wasn't great. And the fight wasn't well executed. Let's just be honest. You waited. You got some shots in, sure. But there was probably two good shots in that whole entire 25 minutes that we had to suffer through of Colby just manhandling you, pretty much.
And he had his excuse lined up, too. That's what really bothered me, man. You want to be like a badass and say, oh, you know, he's a wrestler. If I had started wrestling way back when I was a kid, maybe I'd be at that level.
Worst excuse ever.
I know. It's like you knew that going into the fight.
You knew him better than probably anybody.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like, I don't know, man.
Terrible excuse. To come out with that, and then to be hooded, wearing a mask, walking up to an unsuspecting huge piece of shit, mind you. Yeah. Huge piece of shit. And cranking him in the face so hard that you bust a tooth out. Despicable. Despicable. Go up to the guy and right face to face, nose to nose. Say something about his family, then punch him. Tell him to come out to the parking lot.
Let him get ready.
You know what I mean? Yeah, meet him in the parking lot. Be waiting for him at in the parking lot by his car. Saying, what's up?
Yeah, just get him to call the cops, show him, like, put on Instagram, hey, look at I made Kobe Covington scared.
But
be
instead,
the big man there, I guess.
Instead, you snuck in there and sucker punch a guy who beat you up, mind you, too, right? He did beat you up. It makes all these things make it look worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's a black eye, and I won't have it on my list. I won't have it. That's not a natural born killer.
No.
Natural born killers ain't sneaking up on people and sucker punching them.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like I said, going face to face, saying something about his mother, and then spitting or punching on him. That's how you do it. Not sucker punching. Come on, man. It doesn't make you look tough. Very bad. Very, very bad. Of course. You gotta get them riled up.
You gotta get them angry so they fight back.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be. That's the thing too. You want them to throw the first punch. Say something so vile that it causes them to lose their cool. Bad luck. Bad luck, and I'm officially removing and chiseling out from the plaque Jorge Masvidal's name from the new podcast Natural Born Killers list. Sad day. Sad day. No one wanted to see it, but it was necessary, Kelly. Can't have it. Cannot have it.
Poor moms. We don't mean it, moms. You're the best.
That's why it hurts so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why it hurts so bad.
Yeah, I see that.
Exactly.
Can't make fun of
especially, you know, the worst is if the mother is dead, right? Woo! You want to get under someone's skin. Talk about their dead parents. That'll do the trick.
It's true.
It's terrible. It works every time.
Oh,
you get the new podcast seal of approval on that one.
Oh, okay.
Moving right along. Let's talk some working out with your buds, Kelly and Steve. I actually been doing a decent amount myself. I guess instead of riding my bike, I just said, I couldn't drive anymore. The gas prices the way they were. Yeah. And I was just adding so much kilometers on my ride every day, too. I was just like, fuck, I can't keep doing this.
And I noticed.
Yeah, thank you. And so I was riding my bike for the longest time. It was the funniest story, too, Kelly. I find a new bike. It's just up the street from my house. I find these bikes. I live in an upper scale neighborhood. I'm not upper scale myself, but I live in an upper scale neighborhood.
What?
People just leave their bikes out. They got an old trashy bike that's sitting in their garage, and they just leave it out on the street for someone else to take. I found a bike, and I fixed it up. Like I said, no one was riding this bike. It had no brakes. Both the brakes were fucked. But it seemed like they filled the tires with air. No brakes. And this leather was torn off the seat. So it was just straight up spikes sticking out of the seat. Like the staples that were on the bottom of the leather. Yeah. That's how old this bike was. It had leather, but it had an aluminum frame. It was super nice.
Yeah.
So I take it home, fix it up, get the brakes working get a new seat on there. Super nice bike. I'm like, cool, okay, I'll take this bike. I'll start taking this bike. Because my other bike I take is like a utility bike. The brakes are a little funky on it. I can't seem to fix them. I know how to fix brakes, but they just never seem to fix permanently. They always are breaking. Something wrong with the bike. It's just old as shit. Yeah. Still gets me to and from point A to point B. But this one was cool. It was super light. It was a good bike. Got the brakes working. Get there. Where I live, it lasted 1.5 days. Locked it up. Someone stole it. I went to work the first day. Totally fine. Get home, ride the bike home. Oh, it's great. Awesome. Go to work the second day. Lock up the bike. Same way. Come back from work. Bike's not there.
Do you have a new bike?
I found another bike. I did find another bike this one was super. This one was like super old. Like both the tires were flat. Everything was rusted on it. Absolutely everything is rusted on. The chain is like a solid piece. But I managed to fix it up. Like I said, I managed to fix it up. It changes. Gears are a little slow. Something wrong with the gear changer, but and the tires are ancient. The tires are absolutely like the tires are super split. So I'll have to change the tires eventually. But it runs. It works. Like I said, it rides. It rides perfectly fine. Just doesn't change gears properly. So I've been doing that and then doing the walk, like I used to, riding bike, doing my walk, powering up the stairs. Like, going 2 stairs, you're climbing a lot of stairs, you're taking public transit, having a sky train, doing 2 stairs at a time. And shit like that, it was adding up. It was really adding up. And then I got my ride back. So I got my work vehicle back now. So I'm like, fuck, like I always hear Kelly in the back of my mind. There's, words people say stick with you. And Kelly gave me great words of wisdom. And it was that it's so much easier to keep the weight off than to start back from square one and then trying to work from 0 to 100, rather than just keeping at 75 the whole time. It's much, much easier. So I've been doing intense stretching. I do like a lot of stretching throughout the day, a big stretch in the morning, which is kind of what I had started doing with riding my bike too, because since I was so early at the bus stop, I was the only person there. So I would just stretch on my own. Stretching in front of people I always find it's kind of weird. Yeah, it is.
It's always super uncomfortable.
It really is, and especially, you got to do a good stretch. It's a lot of it is about your fucking exactly, and a lot of it is about your crotch, really. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of your stretching is involved, with your inner thigh, right?
True, yeah.
So if you're doing a lot of that stretching in front of people, they may get weirded out, good or bad. But so I'm doing that, and I pull around 200 pounds. So that's what I wanted to get to. I have in the construction industry, we have like plate compactors that vibrate the ground to level it out or compact the soil. So these ones here, they weigh 200 pounds, and I run it up and down like just as much in like another Kelly thing. I don't really count how many times I do it. I do it until I'm spent. Yeah. You know what I mean? I push through the first barrier of being tired, and then until I'm really digging super fucking hard at the end, you know what I mean? With every last piece I have, you know what I mean? And then I'm done. Yeah. 100%, you know what I mean? So maybe a few times, you know what I mean? It all depends on, it all depends on, but I'm feeling like I'm getting stronger. I even felt like that way because I've been doing that little training workout all week. Yeah. And I felt on Friday, I felt like, fuck, I fucking feel like I want to tear someone's fucking head off. Because I was really doing pulling that 200 pounds around it really adds up after a while. Yeah. And now I can I could do it before, but I could I pull around 500 pounds. We have 500 plate packers, and pulling those around, I can get it it's obviously it's not. I don't think it's as productive because I'm not going as fast as I am with 200 pounds. I think that's the weird thing about it too, pulling the weight with resistance. I don't if I get really fast, it's almost like I'm not pulling it. But I think in a certain way, no matter what, I am kind of pulling it. But I want to use this little momentum to aid it and just get more of a workout then from it. So I'm experimenting with walking with it as opposed to a slight jog. And I think it's the going backwards thing too, because I'm pulling it. I'm pulling something on a track, basically. Yeah. And I think going backwards is always this thing. A lot of people talk about running backwards and walking backwards as a workout too. And I think since I'm pulling weight backwards, I think it's really hugely beneficial as well. And I'm already feeling the gains from it.
Yeah. No, resistance is key, man. Physically and mentally, it'll help build you.
I think that's what it is. Exactly. Yeah. Running backwards for your brain as well, because you're using different muscles and using different things. Yeah. What about you, man? How about your workout becoming?
Pretty good. Same thing. I just work out until I don't feel good anymore. Basically, I I have to be super exhausted to the point where I can't lift anything anymore.
Nice.
But it takes me quite a while to get there nowadays. I have been trying to lift more. Like for a while, I was just trying to like tone. But yeah, I'm just trying to lift more, like heavier weight now.
Nice.
Try to go up a little bit. I like to go up like I don't know, like between like 20 to 40 pounds, and then just stay there for a while. Just because like I had back surgery and stuff like that, and injuries in the past. And tendons don't grow as fast as muscles, like I've said it before, right? So
makes total sense.
Yeah, so a lot of people, they'll get to a certain point and then they'll get injuries in their tendons where they have to take time off and like rehab the tendon. Where I'll jump that weight and then I'll stay there for a while. So right now I'm just trying to go up in weight again, and then I'll level out for a while again. Also trying to cut some calories. I was like dirty bulking before.
Okay.
Just trying to put on muscle, but I'm actually just trying to clean bulk right now as much as I can.
Is that eating gummy bears? Is that dirty?
You know what, man? I do eat too much candy still. I do. I'm trying to cut out carbs.
I love candy.
I try to cut out carbs, but I'm eating like, oh man, donuts. Like so many donuts too. I don't know.
That's so hard. Donuts are like my favorite.
It is. But I'm trying to cut out as much carbs as I can. Here's the thing. Like I said before, like I won't follow a diet. And I don't believe in cheat days, because on cheat days you're just going to go crazy and you're going to do the wrong
For sure.
thing. Where you're eating like way too many freaking calories on one day. Like all that shit. So, if I cheat every day, it's not the end of the world. Like I'm still doing enough work, working out. That is going to even itself out anyways, So, I'm just trying to cut out as much carbs as I can. Basically, that's about it.
Good point. No, good point. If you limit, I always felt that way. If you limit yourself, saying like can't do it at all, fuck, you're definitely gonna.
You're gonna break.
You're gonna break for sure.
Everybody will.
Exactly.
That's why I know, like, none of those. I don't believe any of those diets work. Where it's like you got to cut out this, you got to cut out that. You know what I mean? Like I just cut out as much as I can.
Yeah.
But like I'll feel good if I do cut it out like for a whole day.
Yeah.
Like I'll feel good about myself, and that's
for
my
sure.
reward.
I hear you saying, okay, I got you. Yeah, I like that. I like
it's
that
not
plan.
so much that I need to. It's like I'll feel good about myself.
For sure. And then like exactly that. Yeah, having a cheat day. Fuck, I've never thought of that. It makes total sense. You're going to gorge yourself.
Absolutely.
If anything, you'll be the next day. You'll be a little bit like rough because of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Interesting concept.
And like if you eat that many calories, it doesn't matter if you shove it into one day. You're still going to gain that weight.
It's true.
Your body's going to absorb whatever you put in.
Maybe it'd probably be even worse because you're just fucking loading that one day harder to work it away rather than having little by little here and there.
Slow down your metabolism. Yeah, I hear that too. Yeah.
So much science here. We're really breaking it down here.
Bro Science.
Bro Science.
By Kelly and Steven on the New Podcast. Get your Bro Science here. Just lifting heavy. I do like the cables. Like
nice.
I like the mix because you get the resistance, like I said in previous episodes. You get the resistance in the beginning when you're using like just free weight, and at the end when you're using the bands, right?
Yep. So
I think it's a good mix. Like I do flies with the free weights and the bands, and same with like a lot of things. I'll just do it with both.
Well, that's such a workout. It requires, the pectoral fly. That requires such an expensive machine.
Yeah.
Of all the workout equipment, that's got to be the most expensive one. Because it's not like your typical lifting or, pulling. You're fucking closing it in, right?
Yes.
So it needs pulleys. It needs all this different shit.
Yeah.
And then different weight resistance for that.
Functional trainer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now there's how about rubber bands? Damn, that's a great idea.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I kind of want to start going to the gym once in a while, too. Just for that, like, functional trainer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, I think that's the reason why gyms are there is because people, have all the equipment. It's just too ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's a good way to diversify your workout a little bit, too.
Yeah, of course.
You do it, like, once in a while.
What's that one with your legs? The inside of your legs. What's that one?
Thigh Master? I don't know.
But it's like the pectoral fly, but except it's with your legs.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the hell that one. I can never do that one. I can never. I think it's obviously. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but I think it's more of a woman workout thing. Guys can use it too, but I couldn't do it at all.
Yeah, I think I do different things to work out. Yeah. Wink. No,
oh boy. Well then, moving right along here. And end on a high note. Back by popular demand, reviewing the reviews. Going back to a classic, because I had one of the fucking worst experiences once again in none other than Tim Hortons. I go to Tim Hortons when just because I have Tim Hortons cards. I got some for my birthday, which was it was a lot. My birthday was last month, you know what I mean, and I still had these damn cards, and I'm just too cheap not to use them. That's the problem. That's the problem I have. So I would go to Tim Hortons on Saturday morning when I drop my daughter off at her class, and I go into the Tim Hortons and it's been okay. It's been all right. You know what I mean? I got my gift cards. I just want to get rid of them, get them out, burn them out. And but except for this one time, I go in and there's a guy. I walk in. And there's a guy at the cashier He's already mad. And I just walked in. He's already yelling at the cashier. And then from me eavesdropping, the gist of I got out of it, was that the guy had paid debit and then he used his app to get a coupon. He used the app to get a coupon and then used debit to pay for the purchase. Yeah. But the debit machine was down. But they didn't tell anybody the debit machine's broken. So the guy paid, the debit machine doesn't take it, but everything goes through on his app. Saying and on his statement. He pulls up his banking information. This guy was pissed. Yeah. Pulling up his banking information on the app saying the payment has gone through. The machine's saying it didn't accept it, but on my bank it is saying I have been charged for this purchase. And he loses a coupon on the app for the discount on his stupid-ass Timbits. And so he's upset, and he wants a refund. But it's just like, this whole fucking ordeal could have been sorted out by just giving the guy the fucking Timbits. Yeah. Okay, we don't know if it went through or not on our end. You're saying it went through. We screwed you over on your fucking coupon. Here's 20 Timbits. Sorry about that. Have a nice day.
Here's 70 cents worth of product.
Yeah, exactly. If that. No, they don't do that. They're like, sorry, we can't do it. He's like, okay, well, I'll take a coffee then. How does he pay, Kelly? On debit. Debit machine's broken still. So they're still accepting it. Like it's their fault too. He can't accept it. And we're right back at square one. Now there's a lineup forming. Yeah. Now a lineup's forming, and then they ask. There's another cashier opens up, and she asks, "Is it cash or debit?" And then that's when the gears were turning, realizing the debit machine is broken. Right? And I say, no, it's debit. And she goes, the next guy, he's like, oh, cash. She's like, okay. He goes up, and he lied. He had debit. So he tries to pay debit. Boom. 2 people are down. Now I walk out. I'm like, see you later. I am out of here. And I can hear, as I'm leaving, the manager's like having like this powwow with the workers, like yelling at them, and I'm out the door. I go to the next Tim Hortons. This is like an industrial area, so I go to the next one down, a few blocks down, and they don't have breakfast shit. They only have sandwiches. I'm like, for fuck's sakes. And I'm going to A&W getting exactly what I wanted, but I didn't get to use my stupid gift card. Almost out. I'm almost out of my gift cards. But what a fucking ordeal. Like, what the fuck? Like I said, it could have all have been averted. Just give the fucking dude his damn Timbits. Mm-hmm. Just give him Timbits. Who cares if it went through or didn't go through? He's upset. And just give him the fucking Timbits, man. That's all you gotta do. Problem solved. Problem solved.
Just give him the Timbits.
So I'm going to review that very same Tim Hortons here, Kelly. 325 reviews, 3.3 stars. A lot of bad reviews. A lot of good reviews, too, which is very, very weird. Starting off with this one here, Kelly. MH, 5 reviews, 4 photos, 5 months ago. I just ordered a grilled bacon ranch wrap. That's the problem. You go to Tim Hortons and order actual food. Joke's on you, man. Joke's on you. French vanilla coffee, wedges, and some Timbits. The wrap was terrible. After one bite, I chucked it. Yeah, they do wedges. Yeah, I know. It's all just fucking heated up. Shit. Okay. After one bite, I chucked it. The chicken was shredded, and it just tasted horrible. With a Sick emoji. But I wasn't going to bother going back to complain. Then my 3-year-old pulled out a wedge with a dead insect melted inside the fry. There is a picture of a bug on that fry.
Yep.
That's a bug on there, all right. So now, you get my 1-star with it, wish. Okay, this is getting rough here, bud. My 1-star, it just says wish. I'm sure you want to say I wish. I wish it was 0 review. Any quality standards at Tim's anymore? I won't be going back to this location. Might just give up on Tim's forever. I hear you, brother. I hear you on this, guy. So many locations with subpar standards. Really disappointing with this company. Cannot blame them. Another person saying they'll never go there. Another person saying they were stuck on the drive-thru for a half hour.
What? I'd be pissed, man.
Of course, that's ridiculous. I know being stuck in the drive-thru. That's one thing. I don't go through this drive-thru with this one too, just for that reason. I just go in. I don't want my shit to get fucked up. I don't want crap being fucking handed to me at a fucking speed pace of like an former F1 tire changer. I'm gonna slice my car. I'm gonna put my shit back, and then I'm gonna put my hand out to grab the crap. Stop forcing it upon me, handing me 3 things that when I only have fucking 2 hands. Jeez Louise, I hate it. Here's a really weird review. SB, this is like a fake account. 5 reviews, 5 stars, Kelly.
Wow.
7 months ago. I have no idea what just happened. I've never been treated so kindly. The cashier worker at this Tim Hortons offered to make me any donut I wanted. Offered to make? Instead, I just picked a donut that was already made. When she gave me the donut, she said it was on the house. It'd been an extremely emotional week for me, and it's crazy how her kindness lifted me up. It wasn't about the free donut. She was just so incredibly nice. She was just such an incredibly nice person. We need more people like this.
Way to get her fired. She's trying to hit on you, gives you a free donut. You think she's just being super nice and gives people free donuts for no reason.
This has got to be one of the weirdest reviews ever.
And then you review it and you fucking get her fired, man. The manager's looking at that shit.
Yeah, well done.
Free donuts and shit.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Julie, did you give that guy a free donut? I read a review. He gave somebody a free donut and offered to make him a donut?
We don't do that.
We don't make donuts. You need offered to put in the microwave for him? That's what's weird about this thing. They don't make donuts there.
Yeah, maybe make one fresh.
Exactly. They come in. They're not just going to make some wild donut for you.
We'll put it in the microwave and put like chocolate on it fresh.
Are they going to like squish like 2 different types together and then like hand it to you? This is so weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then for this person to come out and brag about it afterwards, to say, you know what I mean? That never happens at any Tim Hortons. This, and then to say like it was an emotional week. I love this. I love this review. I think this person was hallucinating.
Yeah.
They were hallucinating, eating out of the dumpster out back. Having a conversation with the rats and the raccoons. The raccoon offered to make me a donut of my choosing. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, raccoon.
Amazing.
What kind of donut did you make me? Oh, there's mushrooms in this one. I'm tripping balls. Look at all the colors. I had an emotional week.
You don't say. Yeah, I had a problem the other day too. When I went, it wasn't the last time, but the time before. It seemed like my shit wasn't toasted. It was like barely cooked. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
You know what's been happening when I go in? Like, I get a donut.
Yep.
I'll give them like cash, and then they'll take it, and then they'll go grab the donut.
They're like, "What? Oh, weird." Yeah. I know, that's it's super
like,
weird.
You just touched my money.
I know. How about you give me the donut as the cash is going there?
It's like during pandemic, or it's like, I guess it's not a pandemic
even
anymore.
then.
I don't even know.
Still, that's just money is the dirtiest thing you can find.
It's gross.
Super gross.
I just throw it away.
People are doing drugs with money.
I don't even complain. I just throw it away.
Don't
have time to complain.
Of course, I don't have time to complain either. Nasty.
Just toss it right in front of them.
There's just nothing but bad reviews. Here's a good one here. I'm just kind of sifting through them here as we go. RS. 10 reviews, 1 star, 10 months ago. Every morning I go there and am polite. Oh boy, this is you'd think this person's from Alabama, but no, they're from Canada. Every morning I go there and am polite, say please and thank you, and when I make my order. Every morning there is a lady who takes my order.
Yes, that's how it works. Or a man, yeah.
With the most horrible attitude.
Oh, okay.
Today she was on the sandwiches, and there was a very nice lady working the window.
She was on them? Okay.
This person goes to Tim Hortons way too much.
Yep. He knows, like...
I know, the routines. The sandwich lady and window lady got into discussion about my breakfast wrap and where it was. What? The sandwich lady flipped the bird at the window lady and accused her of giving my wrap to the wrong person. Sandwich lady went back to remake it and realized she had left it in the panini grill. Instead of remaking my wrap, which was obviously overcooked, she put it in a sleeve and handed it to me. I opened it, took a bite, and it was disgusting. I threw it out and we just spent $6 on. So he sees an argument go on, and the man's like, yeah, fucking idiot, Sally, I told you it was in the panini grill, idiot. And she was like, I don't know what she do. Just throws in the food. Anyways, throws it in there. No fucking ranch dressing. That's what I'm saying. You can't get sandwiches there. Good luck. Get his fucking sandwich there, you crazy? Terrible. Good stuff.
Oh, man.
Here, I think this one here is kind of touching base on what I was kind of talking about. 7 reviews, 1 star a year ago. I've ordered iced coffee at this location through mobile order about 15 minutes before closing, and they refused to give my order by saying we are closed. Interesting conundrum. Very interesting. You know what I mean? To order that late. Very weird. They shouldn't have taken the order if they aren't going to have the thing ready, though. I think that's the problem. I think that's where the judgment lies. Order was placed and payment was deducted, and it's still 10 minutes left in closing. Still, they closed early and said to me, you have to come tomorrow in afternoon for pickup. That would suck. More than that, the one girl employee was so rude, as she had said, we are not serving iced coffee after 8 p.m., and you have to call us before placing the order. Is it the way you are talking to your customers? Customer is asking, ooh, this is getting rough here. Customer is asking for free coffee, he is paying you good money, and in return, you guys have to give the good service. I have seen so many times the employees are talking in a very rude way. They are always in a hurry, not polite, very many times. In my opinion, management has to take a strict action against these employees. The problem is these people are being paid like shit.
Yeah.
You aren't paying good money.
No.
I don't know if you understand the definition of good money, but good money is not paid to Tim Hortons, and good money is not paid to their employees. If you're going to Tim Hortons, you are getting the same service. You're getting less service than McDonald's. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. I'd much rather go to McDonald's 10 times out of 10 than step foot into a Tim Hortons. I'd rather have at least that high school student who at least has still their wits about them, hasn't given up on life just yet, and potentially is using this as a platform to catapult themselves into an obviously career, and they're just using this to have spending money on V-Bucks or whatever kids spend their money on these days. Stuff like that. But at Tim Hortons, it seems to be more adults at Tim Hortons, and I think that's the problem. That is, herein lies the problem of Tim Hortons, is these people who do not give a fuck about you. I guarantee you, as soon as they saw that order came through, as the person was cleaning the fucking ice cap machine and saw that his order came through, they said, I do not give a fuck. Sorry, bud. Don't give a shit. Somebody else's problem. And it's not mine. I get paid below minimum wage, don't get any benefits. I don't give a fuck if you don't get your iced coffee or not. And I hope you go fuck yourself. That's exactly what they're saying. That's what I'd be saying. You know what I mean? That's exactly what they're saying. And then for this person to come back and be mad about that, joke's on you, bud. Joke's on you. Love it. See, Tim Hortons, man, it's so bad. It is absolutely the worst place you could ever get food from. And I'm only going there because I have gift cards. That's the only reason I'm going there. See, here's another person getting the fucking sandwich. Don't go there and get the sandwich. You can't do it. Won't do it. All right, we are running hell along here, Kelly. Let's take a little breather here, and we will be right back after these brief messages. With spring sprung upon us and summer right around the corner, here at the ANU Podcast, we want to make sure everyone out there is staying hydrated with some high-quality H2O. Whether you're sucking it from a straw, drinking it from a cup, or putting your face into a wild stream and just drinking to your fill. Be sure to drink plenty and plenty of water this season. From Stephen Kelly. Are you tired of your roids just not roiding you up enough? Call Proper 12 HGH. Look like Conor McGregor in no time. Huge muscles. Huge face. Fuck, we'll even get your ears jacked. Penis size may vary. I don't know where I was going with that. Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed our commercials and go grab yourself a cold, tall glass of water in the house. You know I'm talking tap water. Let's talk some motherfucking video games. Discovered a new game, Kelly. And you know what was weird about it is that I actually had just seen an ad about it on the internet, and then it came up on Steam as well. Core Keepers, Core Keeper, I should say, is the name of the game, and only on PC. Amazing reviews, Kelly. It has a 5 out of 5 score, 4.5 on Fnatic. It has 95% reviews on Google like this game. 95% of people on Google. Few things about it is it's cheap as shit. It's only like $15 for the game. And
that's more expensive than shit.
And it's selling like crazy. In the first week, Kelly, it sold 250,000 copies. Oh, wow. And now they're up to 500,000 copies.
The graphics look terrible.
Yeah, the graphics are terrible. It looks like, Terraria. If you're into like survival building games, like, like Minecraft, Terraria, it's a lot like those games. Mixing, they say it's also like Valheim, but I never played Valheim. I find it's really a lot like Terraria, where you're like battling different like monsters and crap like that, and like doing some mining and needing to mine certain things in order to get other certain things, to make your shit like Minecraft is a lot too, but it's a bit of a different angle than Terraria, which is like kind of just side scroller, and Minecraft is 3D. This is kind of like in between. It's kind of like a top down, which I do enjoy. But the one thing I like about it the most, Kelly, is what I like about all video games, really, my real genre, is the treasure hunting. Love the treasure hunting, and this game has got it. Tons and tons of treasure hunting. And, it's a good little, fun little game. I can't get wrong. I've already got $15 worth of enjoyment out of it. That's for damn sure. Even Steam, it has like super crazy reviews on Steam too. That's kind of what helped me buy it too. Obviously, the price, was a huge factor. To even get a decent game for, $30 is insane. And it is still in preview mode. That's the thing. It's still in preview mode. So you're kind of going around just, digging through the dirt and, looking for different things. You get different things like whether it be cosmetic or, needing, your typical crap, iron ore and shit like that. And, building different weapons. What was weird about it, I hadn't really come across any enemies in quite for the first little while. I thought, it was kind of weird. And then I started fighting enemies. I've only fought like gel and like maggots and shit like that. But the game is fully multiplayer. That's what's crazy about it, Kelly. And I don't know what the limitations are on multiplayer. I don't think there is a limitation on multiplayer. I think you can have as many people on your server as you want. And you're just playing and having fun. It has very positive reviews. Out of 6,000 reviews on Steam, too. And it just came out in March. Just came out in early March. So it's brand new game. Online co-op. You can use the controller. I wouldn't recommend, though, just using the mouse and pointing and clicking. The one cool thing about Kelly I haven't really seen much is there's bosses in these levels. There's these different like bugs because you're kind of like underground the whole time. There's like different bugs and shit. There's something you have to do with the core. So I'm not exactly sure you did this whole core thing. I'm not exactly sure what it has to do with, but there's bosses. You can you build stuff. You know what I mean? You smelt stuff into iron and you build with it. You can cook in it, so you grow food. So it's a little bit like Stardew Valley as well. You plant and grow stuff as well. You find seeds, you plant the seeds, you get different things. There's a leveling up system in it as well, Kelly, which is very interesting. The level up system, the more you do something, the more you put points into it, and the more you level up, and then you get branch off into different trees of how you want to build your character. So there's little things like that. You can also fish. You can fish in the game too, which is really interesting. I'm finding that's I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Mm-hmm. My son did play it. He said it's kind of grindy, so I'm like, I'll give it a shot either way. I play it, and I'm like, I don't know where you got that from. There's millions of different things you can do. I was like, I'll just play for a little while. I ended up playing for an hour and a half. I'm like, damn, what the hell happened to time?
What's it called?
Core Keeper.
Core Keeper.
Yeah, and I haven't even. Okay, so it's a 1 to 8 player. You can have up to 8 people in your sandbox with you at a time. So let's look a little bit of the gameplay there. You're just running around with your buddies killing shit. The bosses are fucking crazy though. So all of a sudden you'd be going around doing different things, and the maggots are actually pretty tough because you have to fight these big maggots and shit like that. And but then there's these massive bugs. There's like these gigantic bugs that kind of like. They're different though. One I came across was kind of like a train, like a freight train type thing. It was huge. The other one I came across was like a slime bug. He's like this big slime bug, and you can just hear them vibrating. You hear them vibrating, and they may not be near you, or you feel them vibrating in the game too. Obviously, you get huge vibration. You're right beside them. And the one guy, he was just like drilling like a hole. He was on like a big circle, like a gigantic circle is what he's on. And I got into this thing, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I saw him coming, and I was like, holy shit, what the hell is going on? So it's, I'm not sure what kind of end game stuff they're going to have with these crazy-ass bosses, but it's fun. I am really enjoying it. Obviously, I'm in the honeymoon phase of the video game, obviously, where I'm finding materials. It's easy to build stuff. I don't need 100 pieces of one thing to build stuff. And you can also build tracks and rail cars too. So I think that's going to be I think that's going to be an integral part of it too, because I'm getting super far, and I guess obviously if I want how much are these train tracks cost and how hard are they to make is another story. I haven't even got into that. But I think making these tracks and shit like that could be the future of how you get to and from one place. 'Cause I'm starting to get that point right now, Kelly, where I'm really venturing off really far from my base, and then the walk back is just getting a little bit annoying. But barely scratched the surface of it. Finding a lot of odd trinkets too. That's what I like about it too. They have just odd trinkets thrown in there as well that you can have around your base. Anything you see you can break, and then you can put it in your inventory and then take it back to your base, which is kind of interesting too. So a lot of little things they've done very, very cool. There's also different. You don't just pick one character, one size fits all. There's tons of different things you can pick, like classes you can pick. You can be a miner, you can be a warrior, you can be a gardener. You can be a builder. There's all these different things you can pick when you first make your character too. So very in-depth game, and for the $15, I was like, how is this even possible? Obviously the graphics are terrible. There's like it's like 8-bit graphics, but I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I am absolutely enjoying the shit out of it. Got a good chunk of gaming in today. I got some cool armor now. I got some cool weapons, and I got a slingshot, so I'm going to see how that works out. I think a slingshot could actually be pretty cool. Let's see how that works out, and it's really cool. Cave diving game, man. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Check it out if you're on the fence. It's got the new podcast seal of approval. Moving right along to some World of Warcraft. Still playing it hard. Still playing, about 3 months in. Got my guy to level 60 now. I started also a Warlock as well, just to kind of kill time in between. I'm just playing with rested bonus, basically, for my warrior. finally feeling good with my warrior, Kelly. I'm feeling, I got Devastate with him now too, and I just got the upgrade for it, being at level 60. I'm feeling that, now I'm turning a corner where it's not so boring playing as him. I'm really tough now too. My defense is through the roof. I can take on 3 guys at a time and live through it, shit like that. So I'm just sitting there just taking a beating, but I'm still have enough tools in my tool chest and moves so I can go through that beating, beat the guys up, and then I'm progressing quite quickly. I went from 50 to 60 in pretty short time period, and now 60 to 70. Here we go down the final stretch here. This final stretch will obviously be the longest one. But I think now I didn't really do much questing from basically 40 to now, really. So like dungeons. So maybe I'll have to do a lot of that in order to get my level up. So it's going to be interesting. I don't really remember having a character at this high at that long ago, especially to have a warrior and having the warlock's fun, but just totally two different playing styles. So that's kind of why I wanted to kind of finish off the warrior, especially I had a ton of rested bonus. I wanted to just use it all, and I just got through all my rested bonus. So I just got through all my rested bonus. I was basically playing all week on rested bonus. I had so much. And still liking it. I played a good, healthy chunk of WoW where I'm at a spot right now, basically getting close to the end, man. And I can really feel it. Almost have enough to get my fast mount, so I'm pretty excited about that too. I'm really close. Found some good stuff I can make that was selling for a decent price, decent chunk of change. But the problem with I think that's what I'm kind of seeing. The problem with the market system in WoW Classic is that it's fucking insane. That's the fucking biggest problem. Like any kind of weapons I want, or like 50 gold at least, even for just like a basic weapon or a basic piece of armor or anything like that. Inflation. I know, exactly. It's hitting everywhere. It's
crazy.
So
it's gas. The shipping price,
Damn you, Putin. Damn Vladdy Daddy, you son of a bitch.
That Putin is really a knucklehead.
I know. I know.
That Vladimir Putin
ruined the WoW economy. But so I'll get there. I think I'm going to start really making some good coin. I got a lot of good shit, ton of missions I got underneath right now that I got to grind through. I'm just going to wait for my rested bonus to go up again, and next 2 levels probably take me about a week or so. And well, I take my foot off the pedal once I get to level 70. I may just turn the game off for a little while and move on, because I still have this drive to get a guy to level 70. I have quite the drive, and I think once I do get the guy to level 70, I probably won't play him ever again. That's the thing. Just use him as like a money whore, just to get money and distribute to my other classes. To get them, to a level where they can go, and keep playing.
You can be the pimp you always wanted to be.
Exactly, absolutely.
With your money whore.
Exactly. Top bitch.
Real bad bitch.
Yep. I've still been playing, especially when I was taking transit so much. Knights of the Old Republic on my phone. Fun, still super fun. I'm finding a reason why, you always look back at these nostalgic games and think they're great, but just how far technology's come. There's a lot of things in it that are really shitty. Like a lot of slope things that are in the game, a lot of things that don't really work out that well. But for that time, we didn't really have the technology or the trial and error that we have of a million games from Knights of the Old Republic to now. 20 years worth of games basically, of trial and error of these games. So there's some stuff that's really like sluggish with it. Like some things that just seem super labor intensive without having to be that way. And but it's super cool because now I'm a Jedi now. I got 2 other Jedis with me, so and I got I may got my guy like more towards force powers rather than raw strength. So I have like just 2 things that I find I've kind of exploited the game, where I have like a super like a force whirlwind. This is my guy's so good at force powers. They have a hard time resisting it unless it's like a Sith, like a real tough Sith master or something like that. Mm-hmm. If it's a droid, I have like my droid destroying powers is just super strong. So I'm kind of walking through shit right now, and I went through through Kashyyyk, like the Wookiee planet. Finished that one. You're going around getting a star map is what I need. I need to follow because it's like through the Mandalorian Wars, like way before. The Knights of the Republic is like way before Luke and Han Solo and shit like that. And so you're trying to follow these two dudes who've turned to the dark side, and they're real badasses, and they just destroyed a planet, as they always do in these things, to really make their point across. And I'm just going to destroy a planet. And so now I'm on this like water planet, and it was all like talking before. I'm like, oh my god, this is so boring. It sucks so bad. And I was finally getting some action. I'm like, okay, this level is actually really, really cool. And just kind of finalizing some shit. I'm just about to get the star map on this level. Then I can go on to another one. And getting there, though, like I said, I'm actually having fun with it now. Because like I said, our team is just so cool. But I'm not really utilizing the other characters. Because you have like a droid, which is good at like science and crap. You got like shooty dudes who, guys who are really good at shooting. You got some people that are good at sneaking and crap like that, but I don't utilize them at all. I just go in, the best strategy I have for this, go with 3 Jedis and just fuck everyone up. It just seems to work really, really well. Fun game, though. What about you, Kelly? What games you get up to this week?
I don't play games. I'm not a nerd.
Wow, he's playing for reals.
No, I don't know. I played a tiny bit of Apex.
Yeah.
Not much. I think this season, I think it's almost over, and I'm only like a level 14 out of 100.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I like competitive shooters, but I got so bored of playing alone.
Yeah.
Usually when I play now, I go to duels and I say do not fill teams, and I just go play alone because it's just I don't have fun with other people too, and I can drop other teams. It depends how I get them, right? If I can get one at a time, I can clear a team, no problem.
I bet. No, I've seen it. I've seen it fucking firsthand.
But I haven't really been playing too much. Played a game called Overcooked 2.
Oh yeah, I love that game. Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah,
it's
super
you
fun.
Played it?
I played. Yeah, I love that game.
Nice. Yeah, I should play together sometime.
Yeah,
I think you can do multi.
It's big time multiplayer.
Yeah.
It gets so intense as you get along the later levels. It's so intense.
I'm trying to get better at it. For me, it's just memorizing everything you have to do, the order. It's super hard for me because I'm shitty at stuff like that.
Well, it's good. It's good to teach your brain too, because you're thinking on the fly super fast.
True, I never thought
big
about
time,
that.
man. You gotta process. You're processing shit so quickly.
Yeah.
That's why once the rails fall off, the rails are fucking off.
Yeah.
When you get to the end levels, once shit starts hitting the fan, it's done. Everything's fucked up.
Yeah, everything gets backed up. And
exactly.
And then you get super confused and what are we at? No, for sure, man.
Fun game though. I like
super
it.
Fun.
Chop this and then put it into this and then put it together with this.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you wash the damn plates.
Yeah, man.
We got no plates.
Cook the rice, fry the beef.
Don't overcook it though.
And then meanwhile, platforms are falling and shit, and it's fires coming down.
You're on a conveyor belt.
It's the craziest kitchen ever. You don't know how people are still ordering. You're what the fuck? Did people really want to order from this place?
I can't even cook, let alone how are you eating?
Yeah, no, it's actually a pretty.
It is a fun game. No, I totally agree. It's super fun.
What else have I been playing? Just a little GTA. Nothing.
Nice.
Play, though. Yeah, I haven't been playing a lot.
You hear about Fortnite? No more building.
What?
No more building in Fortnite. Yeah, they've changed it up.
Amazing.
Yeah, they've changed it up. You can climb, sprint.
How long are they keeping that for, though?
I think it's forever.
The community is not complaining?
I think everyone loves it. From what I'm hearing, it's huge rave reviews. Fortnite has been rebuilt.
That'd be a better game.
The graphics look better. It looks a bit smoother. They've really revolutionized it. No more building in Fortnite.
I may try Fortnite again. Can you do the one player though? That's why I stopped
you
doing
can do
Warzone.
singles. Yeah.
Warzone had single player for a long time, and they stopped it for some reason. So I just went back to
weird.
Yeah, we just went back to Apex because I can't do solo against a 3-player team. That's fucked up.
It's definitely changed it, man. You can't just build. You can't just build a hotel. When you're getting attacked now too. It's I think the games are faster. I think it's more of a high pace, and I think they've got a lot of other people coming over from the other games like Apex and like Warzone.
Cool, I'll check it out.
Yeah, now, it seems like it's harder. My kids were getting victory royales all the time. They're not getting as many victory royales now because it's a lot harder now.
Yeah, nice. That's good.
They're still getting them, but they're not as many as they were getting it before. 4 a row, you know what I mean? Maybe get 1 out of 4 now.
I always thought Uncharted would be a great battle royale.
Huh? That'd be insane.
Yeah,
that'd be insane. Using different vehicles, and I was thinking they added a bunch of vehicles in this too. They had tanks. and there's a blimp.
Oh, I don't like tanks. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing. The tanks are actually pretty shitty. Okay. Almost getting into a tank is almost like a death sentence.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, man. When you have like tanks where it's like, okay, you're at end game. The guy's in a tank and you have your fucking rifle. What are you gonna do?
Of course,
it's stupid.
Yeah, when you're in a tank, it's almost like you can go. No, but in this one, it's almost like a detriment sometimes. Unless you're like downtowning the guy.
Yeah.
You're fucked in the tank. Yeah, you're fucked in it.
That's kind of like the rides on Apex Legends. I thought they were gonna make him shitty, but you can shoot the people off him pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
So it's like nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Fortnite changing it up. We're in a new era of video games. Will these new systems ever be available? We're going to be coming up to a year of these new systems.
I'm looking so forward to the next GTA. I'm so glad they actually announced that. Like, I didn't think they're ever going to make a new one, man. I didn't know what was going on. I was looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2, and I played the online. And it's fun and everything, but it's just, I don't know, there's something missing. Like, it just is like, I don't know, like the fun got sucked out of that game somehow.
Well, I think the cities are so toxic. You go towards one of the towns and people are just there, just ready to light you up.
Yeah. Well, like I think about like GTA as well. Like just the ability when 5 came out to get cars and like purchase them and then upgrade them and like make them all fancy and stuff like that. And like back in the day before they added the flying fucking motorcycles.
Yeah, your all favorite.
That shit. Yeah. Before they added all that shit, it was nice though because the worst thing you had to worry about was a tank.
Right.
And the tank was slow as fuck, and you could avoid it really, really easily. Other than that, they had the buzzer attack helicopter, but like hardly anybody had one of those, and those had limited missiles.
Yeah, exactly. And you're kind of rocket launcher get rid of that pretty quick too, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. So I miss those days.
Yeah.
So if they start GTA 6 like that, man, I'm gonna be so happy. I guess, I don't know. I just miss the old days of GTA 5. They should do a GTA 5 classic.
Ooh, there you go. I was going to say, that's kind of what WoW does for me. I just, I like the old way, but like obviously they've tweaked certain things with the recent, having the second expansion in WoW. You know what I mean? They've made everything good where their first WoW classic was really, really bad and was really grindy and terrible.
Yeah.
Now with the expansion, they've added all the kind of like, you know what? We still have a lot of mostly the classic stuff, but we take on a lot of the shit that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Really lagging the game down.
And I think like GTA 5 as well is like when it came out, you'd work really hard, do all these missions, all this stuff, and then you'd buy like these expensive cars, and then like your friends can come over to your like apartment, and you can see all the expensive cars. Now it's like, oh yeah, I got an air fleet with a fucking million airplanes and like all this shit. It's just too much, man.
Of course, it loses the wow factor.
Yeah, everything's blowing up all around you because everything has missiles. It's just, this is too much. This is too much. And they just have to keep upping the ante because it's like, we gave you homing missiles. Now we got to give you something better, so you spend even more money.
Yeah.
Because we want to sell you those shark cards. So it's like, okay, you can go online and now you can buy like a laser beam that comes down and blows whatever you click on up. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, really? They really have that?
Yeah, man.
Oh my god, like a satellite laser?
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy.
Jeez Louise.
It's so fucking, and they have like this huge ass like airship that can hover in the sky and just like launch missiles. Like, it's just too much now.
Crazy.
It's too much. Yeah, it's been too many years. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Their success killed them. I think they were going with that platform for such a long time. And we're making, but they're obviously stuck with it because they were making so much money off of it. But it had to change. Yeah. It has to change. You can't do it for this long.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't even enjoy it that much, honestly, anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Well, of course, like I said, it's been out for quite some time. Well, then, that wraps up video games. Let's talk UFC. Talking UFC on ESPN 33. Blaydes versus Docus. Not a bad card. It had a lot of upsets. It was like almost 50-50 upsets to favorites here on this card. I did not do good on my picks. Chris Gutierrez with a huge spinning back fist. Did you watch that one, Kelly?
I didn't watch any.
Oh, wow. I caught the highlights, and I watched a few of them. I watched basically all the fights this morning, but I caught the highlights last night against Gerald Dannon. Huge spinning back fist. Knocked him right out. Followed up with some punches.
Honestly, I felt like every fight I wanted to see got canceled.
There was a bunch of that there.
So I was just like, fuck it. I'm done.
Sarah McCann turning it back, getting a decision over Carl Rosa. That was a huge upset of the night. Mark Dakesi showing off some wrestling. Getting it done against Vladislav Borichev. Neil Magny solidifying the most wins in welterweight history. 19 wins, Kelly.
Yeah, but his fucking win-loss is so crazy. Like,
yeah,
he has a lot of losses.
Tons of them. And it was a one over Max Griffin. How is this guy still doing it?
He's like the Nate Diaz of... Actually, no, it's pretty much what he is. This is like his record.
He's got a lot of wins and losses.
Diaz, yeah. If he was bigger, it'd be more entertaining.
Yeah, it's just the thing that's always been Neil Magny's thing is, never really gained traction because, if you, win one, lose two, win one, lose one. Let's break him down here a little bit. 6 degrees of separation with Neil, the Haitian sensation Magny.
That thing, man, I like him as a fighter.
Me too.
But he just can't keep a winning record.
Yeah. 26-8. I would have thought he would have had more losses. Why? He's a little bit better than I would have thought. So... But he's been fighting UFC forever.
Yeah. And I'd like to say that UFC is top level competition, but the Bellator guys, I think they could beat UFC guys any day. So
been fighting almost 10 years in the UFC. February 2013.
Wow, he got tenure.
I think he was on the Ultimate Fighter too. So he wins 1, loses 2, wins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wins 7 in a row. And then loses to Damian Maia.
Yeah.
There's Alex Garcia was in there. Not a bunch of huge names. Tim Means. And then he beats 1, 2, 3. And then loses again. He beats Eric Silva. But Eric Silva wasn't really a 170. He beat Kevin Gastelum by split decision.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember
And then he beat Hector Lombard.
Holy shit.
And then he loses to Lorenz Larkin. Who is a Bellator guy now. Then he beats Johnny Hendricks, another big name.
Holy shit.
Loses to Rafael Dos Anjos.
Weird.
Yeah.
Man.
Then he beats Carlos Condit. Shit. Beats Carlos Condit, beats Craig White, loses to Santiago Ponzinibbio. That was a crazy... I think that was the main event, too. Yeah, that was the main event. I think it was like an Argentina card.
What are his losses by? He must have some sort of kryptonite. He won against big names.
A lot of it doesn't look like every single one of his loss is he's got like one decision loss. All of his other losses are finishes.
I wonder if it's his mental then.
Yeah, that's weird, eh? He's got a win over Jilin Lee as well. He's got a win over Robbie Lawler. Shit. And he loses to Michael Chiesa. So that's the second. That was his last loss. It was Michael Chiesa. That was his only second decision loss. And then now he beat Jeff Neal, Hand of Steel Neal, and Max Griffin.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
That guy has a great resume.
Yeah, super good resume. Hall of Famer. I think, in my opinion, it's just been, when you have that many wins,
yeah, for sure.
That many fights,
you have to be
in the UFC. You got to be, absolutely.
I think anyone there for 10 years too.
Yeah, exactly. It just the fact that you fought for 10 years is amazing as well. At that many fights too. Kai Kara France getting a huge win over Askar Askarov, basically going to be sealing his deal to fight for the belt at 125. Huge win for him. Yeah, this is one thing though, is I don't like, Kelly, is dudes jumping on the fence after a decision win. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't really like that. Especially this one was kind of close.
Yeah.
And you're going to go jump on the fence after...
Too happy about it.
You know what I mean? I understand you won, dude, and it was a legitimate win, whatever, huge win for your career. But you can't really jump on the fence for that. You didn't knock him out or finish him in exciting fashion.
Yeah.
But this is 125. Brian Barbarina beating Matt Brown. by split decision too.
Apparently, a lot of people thought Matt Brown won.
It was close. I will say that it was definitely close.
Because I didn't watch it at all. Yeah. But like the consistency on SureDog and on Reddit was that Matt Brown won.
I would have seen it as split for him. Yeah, exactly. It's because he was getting the takedowns. It's really like they negated all the takedowns Matt Brown was getting. That's one thing I'd say. He had this beautiful toss he was doing all night. He had a ton of takedowns, Kelly. And that's kind of what is weird about it if you aren't counting the takedowns.
Yeah.
The third round was Barbarina.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Matt Brown didn't look great the whole fight, but he, like I said, he was landing that takedown all night. But I think, Barbarina was getting up from them. You know what I mean? It was a good brawl. It was a great fight. It was a good brawl for both dudes. I don't know the age difference. Brian Barbarina's only 32.
I feel like if someone's taking you down and you're getting up, it's kind of like getting hit. You might not go down from it, but you're still getting...
Yeah, exactly. It's still some kind of point has to be awarded to Matt Brown.
Absolutely.
Where, Barbarina wasn't really landing crazy shots. He did bloody him up, and in the third round he definitely was, but exactly, I think it was easily 2-3. But, the end was kind of, Matt Brown just totally exhausted.
Yeah. Is Matt Brown retiring?
He didn't retire, yeah. He didn't say he was going to retire, yeah. He didn't look super good. It just looked like he was actually pretty winded, this one here. Like, it looks like he was actually kind of tired.
Well, he is getting older.
Exactly. 41.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're 41, you start to feel 41, right?
Exactly. It was a good scrap, though, and we'll see what happens with Matt Brown if he decides to leave or stay. Brings us to the co-main event of the evening. Alexa Grasso taking on Joanne Calderwood. Joanne Calderwood.
Is that good?
It was actually pretty good. Yeah, Alexa Grasso just beat the shit out of her. It was, I don't know, why, Joanne Calderwood thinks she is as good as she is. It's kind of weird. And I know she's had a few wins earlier on, but what has she done lately?
Sometimes it's just like those people that beat everybody up in training, like sparring.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm tougher than all the minivan moms that come here to train part-time. And they just get like an ego about themselves, right? Maybe. There's always those kind of people at the gym.
She got straight bullied in this fight, Kelly. She got straight just manhandled in this. It was takedown after takedown after, getting out of a scramble and getting out of a scramble. And then the way she got choked out, too, was just sloppy. It was just super sloppy. Alexa Grasso's on her back. This is Alexa Grasso's not a submission person, too. This is her first submission win. And so she's got her back, and she's fighting, and then fucking Joanne Wood puts her hand down. She puts her hand down on the mat to kind of steady herself. And you got somebody on your back, and you're going to put your hand down on the ground, leaving it so you can't defend your neck. Boom. Instantly goes for the choke. And switches hands, let alone goes for the choke. It looks like it was Alexa Grasso's wrong hand. She switches hands quickly and just chokes her out right away. It was very weird. That's what I'm saying, man. The whole thing was super, super weird that Joanne Wood is as highly touted as she is with how bad that was. I don't know what the hell's up with my reception here. I got full bars, but my phone is not loading up shit here. There we go. I just wanted to take a look at Joanne Woods. Yeah, she's 15-8, Kelly, with 3 losses in a row. And she's fucking 1-4 in her last 5. She beat Andrea KJB Lee, Jessica I, all by decisions. And she's lost to Lauren Murphy, Talia Santos, Alexa Grasso, Jennifer Maya. Caitlin Chugagan also has beaten her up. And it's all, she has like she's got 2 finishes. That's it. I don't understand where all this, great fighter stuff is coming from. Not a great record.
Alexa's pretty good, though.
Oh, yeah, big time. But still, that's why they put her up against Joanne Wood, because Joanne Wood's supposed to be really good, too.
Yeah, she got dominated.
She got absolutely dominated.
Yeah. I kind of want to see Khamzat fight Izzy now.
Me too.
I think it's like the only fight that is interesting to me.
I agree.
Just because Khamzat isn't even proven. But so let's see what the fuck happens.
Big time.
Like he might just get knocked the fuck out.
I totally agree. He could get knocked out 1 second. Yeah. Still, that'd make it exciting too.
Or he could shock the whole world and just fucking take him down and beat the shit out of him.
Ragdoll him, yep.
Yeah. That would be an amazing fight to make. You do that one.
Yeah.
You do that one. Then you do the
Conor versus
Conor. Yeah. Do you do it on the same card though? Those two big fights. You'd probably have to separate them.
Yeah, I think you would have to separate them. Yeah, I think you would.
That'd be a good fight.
That would be a good fight.
That's the only fight I want to see Izzy right now.
Ever
again, over and over.
That brings us to the main event of the evening. Curtis Razor Blaydes taking on Chris Daukaus.
I saw the knockout.
Woo! That was a thud and a half.
It was.
Interesting, you know what I mean? I'm sure it threw Daukaus for a loop because Curtis Blaydes did not attempt a single takedown. First time he'd ever had a fight where he did not attempt a single takedown, and I'm sure it threw him off. He was, it wasn't great boxing, but he was doing enough. He was definitely doing enough to, when you're that big of a dude, you're going to throw that heavy of a shot. Whew.
I saw the knockout. I was like, it wasn't like the most accurate punch, but the guy weighs like
exactly
265, probably more than that. Fighting it. Well, how much does he actually weigh? Sometimes
he's up there.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Curtis Blaydes is up there.
But you get hit by like a 240-pound guy, you're gonna go out.
Oh, big time.
So that's the problem with the heavyweight division. I guess it's not a problem. You just gotta be very protective. You gotta cover your chin, cover your temple.
He schmucked him right in the front of the face, too. That's what was crazy. You can see that it hurt Daukaus. It definitely did hurt him, man.
I mean, internet problems.
I know. What the hell's up with that?
New studio.
Either way, huge win for him. And, I didn't expect to see that happen. I totally thought it was Daukaus' time. But it was not. It was Curtis Blaydes come back up. He said he wants the belt. I don't know, bud.
Who was Daukaus' last big win?
I can't remember, but I know his last fight was a big win. I think when it comes to, Curtis Blaydes, he's got that huge loss to, Derek Lewis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's, lost to Ngannou, too. You got a long way to go before you're going to get back up to the title contention. You need another big win. That's for damn sure. Daukaus. What does it say?
Curtis Blaydes lost to Derek Lewis.
Yeah, Derek Lewis, yeah. Oh, he lost Derek Lewis, too. Oh, wow.
So they both, yeah.
Weird. What the hell is he even fighting?
Derek Lewis, man, like, if he had cardio, everyone should be scared.
Absolutely.
That's his problem, though. No cardio.
Zero.
If he can't knock you out, that's it. But he's entertaining.
Oh, big time. One of the most entertaining guys. Yeah, well, that about wraps it up, my man. Just want to give a little special shout out to everyone out there listening. Whatever platform you're on, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, anywhere you guys are listening, we appreciate it. Every time you download it and just enjoy it. That's all that matters. Just enjoy it. Whether you be at work or in your car or wherever you guys want to listen to it. It means a lot to us that you guys are listening, tuning in every time we put a show out, and I love doing it. Good show again here, Kelly, coming back with nothing but fire and rage, as we always do. What store will piss me off next week? And what fights are we going to be listening to, man? What fights are we going to be watching? Only
Bare
time
Knuckle
will
FC
tell.
On April 9th has a big card.
There, I know. There's a ton of shit going down, I know.
Has two big cards.
You know why I don't think there's there's no fights next weekend? WrestleMania.
Is that
next
why?
that's WrestleMania's next weekend.
Yeah, that's like planning fights during the Super Bowl,
Exactly.
Can't do that.
And WrestleMania's 2 days.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Makes sense.
Well then, without further ado, for producer extraordinaire Kelly, my name is Steven, and you've been listening to the